Hi everyone, in this tutorial we will talk about JavaFX version 14. If you are new to JavaFX programming or if you had some experience in JavaFX version 8 but haven't tried any newer version, then this tutorial will be very helpful for you. As of today, the latest version of JavaFX is JavaFX 14 itself. It was released around 21 days back, and you can always get the latest version and its documentation from this website openjfx.io. When we talk about JavaFX 14, the first thing that we have to make sure is that we have at least Java 11 as our JDK. You can download the latest version of JDK for totally free from the Azul website. So the good thing about Zulu community is that they provide JDK for all the operating system. For example, if you're running Linux, you have those options. I am running Windows and I can choose which Java I want to download. So for JavaFX 11, the Java must be at least 11. So JavaFX 14 will work on top of Java 11, Java 12, Java 13 as well as Java 14. If you had some experience in JavaFX version 8, then you will know that previously it was mandatory to download JDK or JRE along with JavaFX. So that is why we have entries like this. We have pure JDK, we have pure JRE, and there is an option for JavaFX included JDK and JRE. This is no longer mandatory as of now. From Java 11 onwards, JavaFX has been from JavaFX 11 onwards, JavaFX has been made as a dependency. So just like we add any libraries, for example, if you want to add a JPhoenix library to your project, what we do is we go to the GitHub repo, we find the dependency string that we have to add and simply add it. Just like a dependency, we can add the JavaFX to our project. So we will see that in detailed in the upcoming section. So let's start creating a JavaFX 14 project. So for this, I am going to make use of IntelliJ IDEA. And if you go to the documentation section, you can see there are release note, getting started, and if you click on the getting started section, you can find tutorial for setting up JavaFX with variety of environment. For example, if you want to set up JavaFX with a NetBeans, there is tutorial for that. If you want to set it up with IntelliJ, there is tutorial for that. So you can use this documentation if you want to. So now coming back to our IntelliJ IDEA, we have to create a new project. So I'm going with this option, create new project. And here you can see multiple options, Java, JavaFX, etc. But for this case, I am going to use Gradle with Gradle build. So we can simply add JavaFX as a dependency. Let me again tell you the difference between these two. If you're going with this, then you need to download a Java JDK along with JavaFX. But if you go this way with the Gradle, then you can simply add JavaFX as a dependency and you can use normal Java. And now I have to add another platform. My current platform is Java 1.8, which is not compatible with the JavaFX 14. You need at least Java 11 to work with. So I am going to add a new project SDK from the downloaded link. So I have downloaded the JDK to my C drive, so I have both JDK 11 and JDK 14. We will be seeing how to use JDK 11 as well as JDK 14 with JavaFX 14. First, let us start with JDK 11. Okay, all right. Now you can see that my Java version is set to 11. That's all it needs. And in the next window, I can set the project name. I am going to set it as JavaFX 14. All right, the project is now loading. While it loads, let us again go through the getting started section of JavaFX. So what we are going to do is we are going to use JavaFX with IntelliJ along with the Gradle. So we can use these entries in the Gradle for setting up. I will explain each and every one of those. So the first thing that we have to do is when you create a new project, IntelliJ will be automatically downloading a Gradle and setting it up for you. So just wait for that to complete. Once it is completed, we can start our work. Now the Gradle download has been completed. IntelliJ completed its processing, and now we have to go to the build.gradle file. If you are familiar with the Gradle build system, then you will know that this is the default entry that will be there for every Gradle project. When we create a new project, these entries will be there. What we have to do right now is to add these extra entries. The first thing that we have to add is this one. This will add the JavaFX as a plugin to the system, to the Gradle system. So let me copy and paste that entry here. And here Gradle is asking, IntelliJ is asking me to do the changes as soon as I make some changes in the code. For example, what this means is whenever I make one lane change here, we can enable this auto import to do the processing automatically in the backend. If we don't do that, then we will have to go to the Gradle section, JavaFX 14, task, build, and this build section to build the project manually. So for now I am going to choose the enable auto import section. So here you can see in the background it is doing some downloading again. While the download is happening, let me do the rest of the changes. So we have added the JavaFX plugin in the plugin section, and the next thing that we have to provide is the JavaFX module. We have to mention which version and which module we want for this project. So what we can do is, let me just paste it here, and here it is. So what I am specifying right here is I need the JavaFX version 14 and I need the module JavaFX.controls. If you had some experience in JavaFX 8 but haven't tried any newer version, then this is a new concept that was introduced in Java 9. Now you can categorize an entire library or a big thing into a couple of modules. In JavaFX, if you search for just JavaFX modules, you will come up with this link, and here you can see that JavaFX has this 7 modules right now: JavaFX base, JavaFX controls, JavaFX XML, etc. So if you are working with JavaFX along with the Swing, then you will have to add this module to your project. If you are adding web view to your project, then you will have to add the JavaFX.web module. Similarly, based on your requirement, you can add the module you want. This is very helpful to reduce the size of your package, because you are not carrying unnecessary and unwanted modules along with your project. So for this project, I need JavaFX.controls that provides the UA controls. Let me simply add 2 other modules. So if I want to add the JavaFX.base module, I can simply add it like that. And if I want JavaFX.graphics module, I can simply add it like that also. Okay, now I have added the JavaFX graphics, JavaFX base, and JavaFX controllers, and that will be all. With these 2 configurations, with the JavaFX module information given and JavaFX plugin added, we can start working on JavaFX code right now. So let us start by creating a new Java class in the package. It will be inside source main Java. So here first I am going to create a package. Let it be com.gc, and I'm going to create a new Java class inside that package. Okay, so this is the main class, and just like any JavaFX previous code, we can extend JavaFX application. The application is not yet available because the Gradle build is still running. As soon as it is completed, we can do the import for the application class. So in the meantime, let me just write the rest of the code. We will need a start method similar to every other project. So this will be the entry point of our application. So we will have a stage that throws an exception, and that's it. Okay, the import is still not there, it is still import is happening, so I will just wait for a moment. Okay, the Gradle build has been completed. Now we should be able to import our application. So as soon as it is completed, you can see here that the JavaFX.application is now available for import, and let me import it for the stage as well. All right, that's great. Now we can write our code here. So the first thing that I am going to do is to simply make a scene here. So scene equals new scene. Then I am going to create a new stack pane. Then inside that, let us create a label, and here I am going to give a message hi there. Then obviously we have to provide the height and width and height of the application scene. Then we can set the scene to the stage, so it will be set scene, and the last line is stage dot show. If you are new to JavaFX, check out some other videos in my channel. There are a lot of videos regarding JavaFX. So that's it. So we have created a bare bone application. We should be able to run this right now. The thing is, we cannot simply right click here and run this program, because we haven't configured our application with a Java along with JavaFX. So what will happen is it will show an error showing JavaFX runtime components are missing, because the JDK that we have provided for this application is a JDK without any JavaFX components. Remember that we are including JavaFX as a dependency, so we have to run the application with the help of Gradle, not with the help of IntelliJ directly. So that is why we have in the documentation we have one more plugin called application. What this plugin will do is it will help us to run an application with the help of Gradle. So let me add that plugin as well. And when we add the application plugin, we have to tell the Gradle which is the main class. So let me tell Gradle that my main class name equals com.gc.main. That's all. Once you specify that main class and you add the application plugin, your program will be ready to be run from the Gradle. So in order to run the application for the first time, you have to go to the Gradle section situated at the right side of the window and go to the application plugin. So this is from this application plugin that we have added, and simply select the run method. Once you run it for the first time, that entry will be saved here so that subsequent runs can be run from here itself, from the top of the IDE. Okay, now the application is running and you can see that there is a message hi there is coming. So that's it guys, that's the bare bone JavaFX 14 application that we are running right now. All right, now let us make this a little bit more better. First, let us add a message regarding which Java version and which JavaFX version we are using, shall we? So in order to get the current Java version the system is running, we can call the property system.getProperty java.version. So if I'm running Java 11, then the string will have 11 as the string, as the value. And similarly, we can get the current JavaFX version using system.getProperty, and we can provide JavaFX.version here. That's it. Now we just have to prepare a string combining these two so that we can give it to the label. So string label value equal, let me just format the string. So hello JavaFX, the version will be given here, is running on top of Java %yes. Okay, now we have to give the first value, which is the JavaFX version, and then the Java version. That's it. Now we can simply give the label value here. and we now should see that we are running JavaFX 14 on top of Java 11.0.6. So that is an accomplishment. We created our first project in JavaFX 14. Now let's see if JavaFX 14 can run some of our existing code that was written for JavaFX 8. So if you go to my GitHub repository, it is I will give the link for this repository in the description. It is github.com//yana. I had some interest in JavaFX project. I had a JavaFX 3D project where we can create some cool 3D effects in JavaFX, and let me try to run some of the code that I have added for this 3D project right now. So if I go to the chapter 4, I can see that this is the JavaFX 8 code I have written. Let me just copy that and paste it here, com.gc, and let me create a class JavaFX 3D. Okay, now I simply have to change the class name to JavaFX 3D, and it seems to be fine, no errors so far. So in order to run this JavaFX 3D.java class, I have to change my main class name. Currently it is set to com.gc.main, so I have to give it as JavaFX 3D. Now let me just select this one, JavaFX 14 run Gradle function, and when I do that, I am getting the JavaFX 3D application that was created for JavaFX 8. As you can see, I haven't made any changes. This was written for JavaFX 8 and it is working completely fine on JavaFX version 14. So that's it guys, that's about creating a project, JavaFX 14 project on top of Java 11. Now if you are still interested in proceeding further, let me show you one more thing. Let's see how it will run on Java version 14. Currently it is running on Java 11, so let us change that to Java 14. So in order to do that, what we have to do is to change our platform. So to change it, you go to the file section and go to the project structure. And if you go to the project structure and go to the project section inside project settings, you can see that the version is set to 11. This was set during the creation of the project. If you download the latest version, Java 14 from here, then you can run our project on top of Java 14. So I have already downloaded that. Let me add that SDK to this project. So it was in my C drive, JDK and JDK 14. This is the extracted zip that I downloaded from that link, and as you can see, now I have set my project SDK to 14. Let me apply the same and come back here and run the project again. If I run this project right now, there will be one error. I will explain why that happens and how we can fix that. So let us just wait for a moment to complete this index update process. The index has been completed, and when I ran that project, it is showing this error: could not initialize class or something related to Groovy. So the problem here is wrong Gradle version. We are using JavaFX 14 and the current Gradle version that we are using is not compatible with that version. So in order to fix that, what we have to do is to update the Gradle version to a newer version. To update the Gradle version, just click on the build.gradle file and select the show in Explorer. So that will open your project in Windows Explorer, and if you go to the Gradle wrapper, you can see a file here called Gradle wrapper.properties. Right click on that file and open that, and there we can provide the version we want. So here the current Gradle version I have given is Gradle 5.2.1. If I go to Google and search for latest Gradle version, not Android is not needed, we are not using Android, then you can find that it is 6.3. so our version is 5.2.1. so if you replace that 5.2.1 with the 6.3 and save the project, then close the Explorer and come back to the project and click on the run button again. And when you do that, you can see that it is going to download the latest version of Gradle, which is around 145 megabytes. Once it is downloaded, it will run using the Gradle 6.3 version instead of the 5.2 that we already have. Now my Gradle download has been completed. It took around 29 seconds, and let us just run the program once more, and it is working totally fine. So that issue was related to the Gradle build and not with our program or JavaFX. Now let us just run the main class once more to make sure that we are running on Java 14 along with the JavaFX 14. So I have changed the main class name to com.gc.main, and let me run the program once more. And here it is. Here you can see that the JavaFX 14 is running on top of Java 14. Previously it was running on top of Java 11.0.6. So that is also the beauty of the JavaFX right now. You can run JavaFX 14 on 3 or totally 11, 12, 13 and 14, totally 4 Java versions. So that's it guys, that's the end of this tutorial. I hope you like this one. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.